Uh-oh, yeah, we back. Me and the homies been talking. We started on Black History Month. You already know what it is. Mentally Culture coming to you live from 99 and 2000. You feel me? But now, welcome back, family. Here we are. So happy to have you all back with us. So, before we go to my homie Bria, let's talk about this wellness tip. So I had a homie send me something over today that talked about if you are not comfortable with being touched, right? And boy, young girls are only hugged like once a day, and we need that amount to be hugged, like, right? So the title of this episode is "I'm a Black Woman and I Love All of You." I think it's truly important, just us as Black people, to understand the type of love we get to ourselves, and also what we were drained from having, right? Parents had to work. We had to go to school. Not only were we going to school, right? But some of us needed extra attention because we had extra gifts. So think about how many hugs you received as a child versus how many hugs you are so willingly able to give and get now. And also think about, why are you not as willing to do so, right? But beyond that, love you. Sometimes it's easier said than done, especially when we have adulting to do, others who we are responsible for beyond ourselves, work we're responsible for beyond ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So my wellness tip to you is, when you wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to understand something. You here because you have a purpose, and can't nobody, absolutely no one, do what you do, the way you do, how you do it. You one on one. Don't need to fit in, but you gonna stand out. You was built that way. I love y'all, man. Miss y'all. Happy Black History Month. Love on yourself. Mental wealth, baby. Mentally Culture, MC. All right, let's all head on over there to my girl Bria. Miss Bria Jackson it is. See you in a minute. Woo. All right, here she is, y'all. Roommate, young Bria, Miss Bria Jackson.
Hey, roommate!
Hey, girl. She done made it to Me and the Homies Been Talking.
Here.
Next, she gonna pull up. She said, yeah. So I chose you for our topic. I'm a Black woman. I love all of me, because you are wearing many hats. And as a Black woman, I want the inside scoop. You are who you are. My roommate, you Bria Jackson, you Bria. Then we got the wife to a Black man. Yeah. Then we have the mother of a Black baby girl. Yes. And not only that, she's a Black therapist, you all. I remember her studying when we stayed together. She said, I want this. This is what she said. I heard her. I heard her say it.
You heard me, the
late nights, sis. Late night. And here you are right now. Standing in the gap. So, backstory. When did I meet you?
We gotta go back, because you saying roommate, so they're gonna think college, right? We gotta go back. We gotta go back to the playground. We gotta go back to the playground.
Yeah,
the playground. It was the playground. Mm-hmm. It was the playground. Elementary school playground. We was grown as kids. I don't even know.
I've been to two of her weddings, y'all.
Oh, under the big tree at the playground. Y'all, now don't y'all act like I was the only one that was getting married in elementary school. So everybody know I was not the only one who was doing it. But Patrice was at my first wedding. She was at my first wedding. And in the fifth grade.
Y'all, on the playground.
On the playground. She was there. But that's how far back we have known each other. But really known each other. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And here it is, you hear it. And we watching both of our dreams come true. Happy Black History.
Because you doing it, Miss Slay.
Miss Bria J, listen. Where my I need some water. Don't have me parched early on. Don't have me. Thank you, sister. So are you.
You doing it, Miss Slay.
So are you. So are you. And I'm gonna tell you something. Imposter syndrome is real, okay? Because when you have a mighty gift and everybody around you can see that and they gravitate towards that, it's like I gotta stand up each day, God. Each day.
To
this day. To this day. And I'm gonna do it each time with his guidance. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you doing it. Been doing it, but you doing it, but been doing it. So anyway,
girl, I'm gonna give your flowers too. You take yours and I'm gonna take mine. Okay, you take yours and I'm gonna take mine.
I'm gonna hold them here. I'm gonna hold them here.
Yes. Okay. So, as I said, today's topic is I am a Black woman and I love all of me. And I told you all the many hats that she wears. So let's get into it. First, I'm going to pray us through this thing, okay? So, do what they taught us to do. God, I say thank you so much for allowing us to be here together, God, and you being in this room, God. Thank you for my sister to be able to be here and speak of just her many, many, many things of knowing how to maneuver this life as a Black woman, right? Thank you for allowing me to even think to the point of saying, sis, let's do this. Shout out to Quay for even putting it on my mind and my heart to say that. And I said, absolutely, we will. And here we are. She's about to share some gems, God. I ask you be with us as we talk about these heavy topics and also talk about these beautiful topics, God. Because we are here because of your grace and your favor, Lord. And by the blood of Jesus. And we are starting 2023 off right. We're bringing a community here. We are standing in a gap. The privilege we weren't given growing up, our parents, our ancestors, our grandparents weren't given. We stand in that gap today, God, and we say thank you. Thank you for choosing us. If not us, who else? And I just say amen. Anything you want to add, Brie?
Oh, girl, now that was it. Jesus, thank you. Thank you.
Come on, amen.
Amen. Girl, you better pray. You better pray. They don't know.
They don't even know we was in the car before we went to the grocery store. I said, Brie, look, I am struggling. I said, Brie, I am struggling.
That's okay, because we were going to put on that music and we was going to.
Girl, look.
We had worship in the house. We had no choice but to have worship in the house. We just, child.
And I think back, and they say Black women can't do it together, but we've been doing this together since 3rd grade. And I want our young girls to understand. You can smile, baby girl. And if it's something that you can't smile for, seek help. Write a note. You don't have to say anything. Write a note. You should not have to hold yourself in. Our Black boys. Girl, look. The energy in the room gonna get us there. I'm just gonna say that.
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm honored. Shout out to Quay for dropping my name.
Girl, she was like, "Bring on out."
I'm here for my I'm here for my roommate. I'm just that's it. She know I was gonna support, so that's why I'm here.
And look, cause I know you do some of everything. And I was like, okay. I be mustering myself up to be like, okay, I'm a hold you regardless. If you can't, cool. If you can't, awesome. But you said, yeah, I said, you doggone right. All right, come on. Let's do this. Let me get these questions.
Come on.
I am honored for you to be here. I am honored to do you being a part of our first episode of 2023. You're a part of our first episode. Yes, you are. I'm so happy you're here. And we're gonna talk about some things. So, first things first, tell us about your journey into becoming the woman we see right now today.
A journey it has been. A journey it has been.
Tell us about it.
I often tell my clients that I sit in this chair is right, but that does not mean that I don't have a story. That does not mean that I have the answers to everything because I sit in this seat. If anything, it forced me to deal with some of my own things along with my journey that came with my journey. I grew up in Memphis, from Memphis, right? What up, man? Everybody know that doesn't come without its own challenges, struggles, stereotypes, all of that. And I grew up in a 2-parent home, and most people feel like, oh, you had your daddy in the house, like, and I did. And I did. But that doesn't mean my family was without struggle, without challenges. That doesn't mean I didn't endure trauma. Not necessarily at the hands of my parents, but at the hands of other family members, and family friends. And my journey and evolution really came from me uprooting a lot of negative things that I was told about myself by family members. Even though I had both parents, I had a dad that was very edifying. One of the sweetest Black men that I have ever encountered.
Absolutely.
Such a sweet and gentle spirit my father is. But that didn't mean that other people didn't see what he was doing and try to tear that down. And so I had to really fight to find my voice and find what my voice was, because if you knew Bria back in the day, very brash, very
behavior communication.
Communication, right? I was communicating things, not in the healthiest of ways, but I was communicating. I was communicating a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, working through a lot of self-image issues, working through hurt and pain and understanding like being molested and a lot of those things, because I had a mother and father who was so protective. So it was like, oh, that could never happen to me because my family is like on it. And luckily I had supportive. So when I told, it was like, oh, we're gonna go and we're gonna do something about it. But also them not knowing the appropriate resources and next steps for that. My parents didn't know about therapy. They didn't know about counseling in that way. They didn't know that's what I needed. They didn't know that my anger was me communicating the things that I did not say, that were lingering because of that. My journey was really finding out how to communicate my hurt, how to communicate my pain, how to love me and all of me, how to use my voice to advocate for myself first, for myself first,
always,
and then for those around me, which led me to the career path that I'm in. But doing some hard work, doing some hard work, uncovering some truth, being honest and vulnerable with myself, about things, and not hide behind, because everybody know I'm gonna use humor. We're gonna laugh. But not hide behind that. And I'm still ever evolving, ever changing. My journey is still unfolding.
So as you look back right now, and as you said, all of that beautiful, everything is beautiful, and I'm gonna touch on what you said about the 2-parent home and still being able to experience trauma. But like, what would you tell your inner child? What would you say to baby Brie?
Woo, baby Brie. Y'all, it was my MySpace name. But anyway,
what would you say?
But what would I say to her? There was no shame in telling.
Mm.
There was power in telling. Regardless of what happened, it didn't snatch your voice. It helped to give you your voice.
Absolutely.
Are beautiful.
Mm.
You are smart. You're more than just your body.
Ooh.
You're more than just your body.
That's it.
And you are loved. You are loved. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Girl, look. each time, girl, each time. But okay. So, and I know she hugging you right now. I know she hugging you. She like, oh, we can come out of the darkness. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, ain't that a beautiful feeling?
Oh, yes.
Because not many people make it here. To tell
They don't. They don't. They don't. I reach back sometimes and have to touch my inner child. I do. And I have to love on her, because even though I have worked through a lot, it does not mean that sometimes certain things don't come up still. And I have to reach back and give her the love that she deserves.
Absolutely. Okay, so because I can also relate and empathize as well to just having like an abundance of love, right? And you feeling as that's enough to protect you, right? So you might know nothing happen. You know what I'm saying? I was born into something great. Do you ever think back to the point of like, man, it can really happen to anyone. Like, especially coming from a two-parent. Did you struggle with that though, coming from a two-parent household and still enduring that type of hurt?
My gosh, did I struggle? Did I question?
Did you ever blame?
Yes, blame, lose trust, all of that. Just because like I grew up in a two-parent household, but I tell people that don't mean you got money like that. That don't mean that. So my parents did the best they could and put me with people that they very much so trusted. We're talking about
though, right?
Right. This is what we're talking about. But it was with didn't go without blame. It was like, okay, well, why did you see me here today? Why didn't you cut your hours short? Why didn't you? And then like, especially because I as much as I used to hate to admit it, and even going through that, it kind of made me distance and not want to label myself as a daddy's girl. But even looking at my father and being like, like, where were you? Where were you? Even though I knew physically my father was at work. But it was like, where were you? Blaming my mother. And just being angry with him. Me and my mother are very close now, but everybody knows during my teen years, it was like, because it was a lot of resentment, a lot of like, girl, I mean, yeah, you stepped in, but it was after the fact. Like, it was like, it was like, I just wanted my parents to be able to fortune tell and see it. And I didn't see it. No one saw the signs. No one really knew. I was taken aback when it happened. But there was a lot of blaming, even blaming myself, because, then it happened to other people. And it was like, well, now I gotta say something because it's happening to other people too. So now I gotta say, like, I gotta step up and say something. So it was like blaming myself, like, okay, had I said something sooner, it wouldn't have happened to this person. So even blaming myself and beating myself up about it. Yeah.
First of all, thank you for being transparent and sharing. Shout out to the Black therapists of the world. and it's trippy, like you're assisting with guiding and helping others heal. And like you said, I too have to do what you're doing. What we talk about is something I'm also doing, right? I feel like I know it's a beauty in it though, right? Because it's like we're here together. We truly are here together.
We are. When I say holding space, I tell my class that I hold space. And when I say holding space, I really mean that. Because I want to really sit in that with you.
Yeah.
I want to sit in these experiences with, walk through it with you. Just because I know what it's like to walk alone. So no, I'm holding space. We're gonna sit in this, and we're gonna walk through it together. We're gonna walk through it together.
Okay, so when we talk about walking together, let's talk about it. Okay, so now I want you to elaborate on the many hats that you wear, right? Yes. First of all, you're a Black woman. Phenomenally. That's me. Shout out. Okay. My Angela, we hear you, sister. So, we hear you. So you're a Black woman, you're a Black wife, a Black mom, and a Black therapist. Yes. So just walk us through like your life is all of that. Like, how does that look?
Since becoming a mother, it has changed tremendously. My daughter will be 1 next month, which I can't believe. Oh no! Shout out to Amara. But it has changed tremendously, and even having to process and navigate the changes of being a mother. And that doesn't, because Bria had her career was gonna look, and this is how honey, this is gonna be, baby or not. But no, like realistically, some things have to change. And that doesn't mean that it stopped my goals. I just have to pivot and reroute some things, look at some things in a different light. Okay, well, maybe we do it like this versus like this. It has changed. Being a career mom, especially in the way that I did it. I ended up leaving community agency, which I love working with. But I also valued wanting to establish a true bond, and to teach, and to be the one to teach my child in her first few years of life. I want her lessons and her learning to come from me. So shifted my career to start private practice and doing contract work for different therapy companies, and consulting with people when they would like to do so. But switching my practice to really working from home and setting my own hours and being able to love on my baby. And
where baby at right now?
Baby is with grandparents while mom works. Shout out to my support team, because you have to have it, right? You have to have it. And I'm so blessed that I have parents who are flexible with their schedule and flexible with me, and are so willing to like, oh, we got her. You need to do this. We got it. Especially if my husband is working, because his schedule is wild. So yeah, and still being a wife to a wonderful Black man.
Let me tell you, it ain't nothing like being loved by a Black man, baby.
Wonderful Black man. Shout out my husband.
Shout out to Brody.
Shout out to my husband, Courtney. But feeling fulfilled in that I don't, I got a man who will literally work 12 hours and be like, well, you go lay down up, so I'm a put her back to sleep. I'm a rock her. I'm gonna do this. And, not being like, well, you've been at the house, you do it. Who absolutely adores and loves being a father. And when you have somebody who sees you and sees what you're doing it makes it easy to be his wife. Oh, it makes it to be his wife.
It sounds equally yoked to me, honey.
Baby, don't we? That's what I tell the people. Now, it didn't come without work. Now, it didn't come without work.
It never will.
It didn't come without work. Now, but
come on,
yeah, that it nurtures me and makes sure that I'm okay outside of being our child's mother. Hey, but how are you? What do you need from me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Being a daughter, being a friend, a lot of hats. And being a therapist, like I said, like switching out how I do my career, but also loving this new unexpected journey and twist that it has taken and embracing it.
Ain't that the beauty when you truly walk in your gift and your talent?
Yes. I tell people God has placed me into some places, into rooms. He places me on people's hearts and minds. Like, baby, people will be like, how did I get in the room? It doesn't matter. I'm here.
Not you then who? Quit playing with her.
I'm here. Scoot over, hon.
Take up space. Absolutely.
Scoot over, hon.
We will. So going back to shout out to my niecey Pooh, who about to be one. Shout out to the support system. Shout out to you being a therapist. We all need it, and you need it. Your family need it. You know what I'm saying? And honoring it. Also, when we go talk about our husband, do you all ever discuss like both? Well, I know y'all have, but just the discussions of the upbringing and how it was able to make things a little bit more relatable?
Yes. My husband grew up in a two-parent. Mm-hmm. The first man that I've ever dated that did. Yeah. So it was different. Because he saw what a marriage looked like, and his parents have been together like 30 years as well. I think they've been married for 20 something, but they've been together like 30 years. So he saw what like a marriage was from their perspective. I saw what marriage was from my parents' perspectives. And in the beginning, like, okay, well, we're getting married. This that they got, I don't want. And this what y'all got, I don't want, and vice versa. And really kind of taking that we saw that we liked about each of our parents' relationship, along with our own personalities and our own story, and really cultivating our own thing. I tell people all the time, like our parents were kind of like blueprints. When you look at blueprints of a house, you see like, oh, okay, got the kitchen there. They got that kitchen over here. Well, that's nice, but I'm gonna put my kitchen right in the middle. I want an open floor plan.
There you go.
So we really and tweaked to build our own custom thing. Are there some similarities? Yeah, but it's definitely our own custom design. It fits us. And that's one of the things that we had to learn. Okay, what fits us? Because we saw marriages, do our parents' marriages, like I said, have similarities? Yes, but there are some differences in that, and we had to work through that, and as well as our own personal differences that we had, to see what fit, what works for us, how I need to be loved, how he needs to be loved, what his expectations were in marriage. Because growing up, my daddy took home cooked meals for lunch, and by my mom, my daddy wasn't cooking. We kind of didn't want him to.
I am so done with you right
now. He got the breakfast on lock. Baked chicken, he got you. But we was like, nah.
Let him know you can do something, black man. Come on.
He was like, nah, let mama handle that. But in his house, his dad did more of the cooking. And, it wasn't like his dad or mom had to take home cooked meals for lunch. He was like, nah, I just stop and get some. So it was like me growing up thinking like, oh, my man, he got to have lunch. And he was like, I really don't have to have all that. Thank you. I appreciate it, but no pressure.
Yeah. How did you navigate that though?
It was was tough for me because it was like, but isn't this isn't this what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to make you meals. I'm supposed to do this. And he's like, no, not really. Because I've been there like I'm cooking full. It's like, no, you have to have your protein and your green vegetables.
Everything. Whole pyramid.
Oh. And he was just like, honestly, I could just go pick up something from
Chicken. I know I have to eat when I come home. So
like what we're supposed to do. So really navigating like, okay, well, what does Bria as a wife look like? Mm-hmm. Like, don't like all my life, you look like your mom, you act like your mom. I really don't act like my mom. I really act more like my dad. But anyway, you act like your mom. Right. But it's more so like, okay, you're trying to mirror your mom as a wife. That does not fit you. That's not even your personality. That's not sure. It's just not. What does Bria as a wife look like? What works for you? And so I really had to sit and search what that looked like. What that looks like. Me and my husband went through premarital counseling. We went through counseling after we got married. Because we had to look at that. What's that?
What decision was that to go to do it like
that? It was mutual. It was mutual.
I think that's important to also know, like, so who putting this in? Okay.
It was mutual. In the beginning, we were like, we are not going through this without we're not doing it. And even though we had been together, but he was like, marriage that's the next step. And we need to really look at it. Now I will say before we got married, we did more spiritual type of counseling. Mm-hmm. I think we both said when we were going to, after we got married, we wish we would have did both in the beginning. Mm-hmm. From a spiritual aspect or spiritual based aspect, as well as like regular marriage therapy or couples counseling. We gained a lot from both. But I feel like had we gone through it in the beginning, we probably still would have went after we got married, but we probably wouldn't have been in there as long or had to go through some of the other things had we went both routes in the beginning.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I think I know, like, as I hear you and speaking more back to our topic, I'm a Black woman, I love all of me. Hearing the love that you are, the outpour of love that you're receiving from all levels of your life right now, it makes a difference.
It does. It does. It took a while for me to get to this space, especially the space of loving me. I feel like I've always been surrounded by love and people loving on me, but I never felt deserving of that. I never felt like it was weird to me. Like, why?
Alter your trust, right? Alters your trust in that, right?
It does.
I can give it, but why are you giving it to me though?
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it.
What are you doing? Why you giving it to me back? What?
Like, oh no, please shrink hide. Like, don't. But I am just in a space in all areas of my life where I'm allowing myself to be loved. I deserve that. I know that I deserve it, so I'm allowing it. When it comes, I'm like, thank you. Mm-hmm. Bask in it. I shall.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It gets tough though, but like you said, like, you deserve it.
I deserve it. And I have to tell myself that affirmations are a thing for me. So I tell myself I am deserving of every good thing that comes to me. I put in the work to get it, so I deserve it.
Absolutely. And that's going to bring us to next, okay? Because, honey, I'm going to have to get you back on here because we're going to have to delve back more into some love stuff because, honey, you know how I feel about it.
I know. I know.
But, okay. So statistics show that Black therapists make up 4.1% in the
Mm-hmm.
That's what statistics say, 4.1%. That's how many, basically. Do the math, y'all. Really good, but do the math. So do you see that number coming up as you are pursuing your career? Do you notice that different?
I notice a difference. I see that it is rising. It's complex though when I say that I see that it's rising. Because I feel like the number may be rising, but accessibility to these therapists is not rising.
Want somebody.
So yes, more of us are coming on board, more of us are serious about advocating for mental health, but access to care unfortunately is not rising. And from the therapist chair and from the business perspective, I get it. And from an advocacy standpoint, it's like we have to do better. We just have to do better.
The person is a joke, but at the same time, I want to reach more, right?
Have to. That's one of the reasons why one of the place that I do like private practice but not contract with, I choose to take insurance. I know that's a whole nother topic. But I also know the majority of the people that I want to see that look like me cannot afford private pay costs. Am I worth it as a therapist? I truly believe that I am. My education, the personal experiences, all the trainings and certifications and things that I have, yes. And at the same time, if I got to fight with insurance, I'm just going to fight with insurance because I'm here to help and I'm here to heal. So your insurance, give me my coin, and also Black person, please use your insurance and come to me. It's just kind of my stance. Not to say that everybody has that stance. Wrong with if you see private pay only. That's your business. Get your coin. I'm here for it. But just because of the demographic of people that I want to see, I know I have to do it.
And let me tell you, because it's such a beauty as someone who goes to therapy, right? And them letting you know up front, I have a pay scale. I take insurance. That reassures you that you're deserving of that service, right?
Yes.
Like for so long, I didn't have this privilege, right? Shout out to me, that's why we were formed.
Yes.
But for the therapist like you, I say thank you for doing it the way it should have been done a long time ago. And like you said, to each his own, absolutely, rightfully so. But our community deserves it. So therefore, because you're gonna get it back tenfold regardless.
Yes. I tell people that I may not get it from the insurance company, but I get it from people sending more people my way. I get it from ideas to create content, upcoming materials that I'm doing. I get it from just people really coming up to me and pouring into my life financially and other ways as well, not even just financially, but you get it back. You get it back with speaking engagements, being called to platforms such as this to bring awareness to mental health and to you in general. It's like you get it back. You get it back.
And I think that's the beauty in knowing, like, I don't want to be selfish with my gift. I don't want to be selfish with my calling, and I know what's meant for me is gonna be for me regardless. As long as I'm truly taken care of beyond material things, right? But my soul, how is my soul going to take how I'm pursuing this calling I have, right?
Yes.
Girl, okay. So let me tell you something.
We see you gonna make us get into like
the thing about it is I just want you to understand this will not be your last time. You said yes for many other times to come, okay?
I said yes. I would love to come back. I'd love to come back.
I would love to have you. Girl, we're gonna have a segment. We talking with Bria J today, y'all. What's up? And I'm probably Brody and my niece people gonna make an appearance too. And I'm like,
and she will talk.
Okay, so she like both her parents. This would it sound like, baby. Cause let me tell you something. Let me take king and queen. They gonna let you know what's up. I'm gonna let you look. They gonna meet them. They gonna look.
They go, baby. They'll have to meet them.
Dang. I love this. Okay, so and I love what you said because you did set a boundary. This is what I'm choosing to do for my community. This is what they deserve, right? I
Yeah.
couldn't listen to the masses, but I want to do it my way. So, what is just like your? How do you boundary set? How do you handle boundary setting?
One of the one of the things we're doing in my way and setting that boundary is also safeguarding me, right? Because like you said, statistically, we only make up 4%, right? So if not even all of 4% are taking insurance, how many of us really are giving access? But I also have to safeguard me. I do consultations and I tell clients upfront, this allows us, not just me, but it allows us to see if I'm a good fit for your journey, and for what you need. And I may not be, and that's okay. So I do that by that. It's only certain stuff I know that I can take, certain clients I know that I can work with. I set that boundary. If I know that's not you, I'm going to help you, give you resources to some other people that may help you. But I do consultations to see, okay, will this work? Am I the right person for this? Do I think we have a good fit? And so far by doing that, I have found a lot of great people, have done a lot of great work with people. I think that's another boundary that I said. Like, even though you got insurance, that don't mean I'm it for you. I gotta safeguard my space and know what I can handle and what's in my scope of practice.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just in love with the conversation. I'm so in love with it. Okay, so that's how we do within our career. How do you boundary set within like your personal life? As being a black mom, a wife, like because motherhood as a black mother is just once again,
Mm-hmm.
it's tainted because they don't want to give us our resource.
Exactly. It's that is something that I am being like I said, being a mother changed a lot for me. And that's something that I'm still working on with boundary setting. And I feel like I've gotten a lot better with it, but knowing when to take a break, when to be like, okay, mommy needs some mommy time. And that's okay, and not allowing mom guilt to come in, not feeling like anxious, by allowing my trauma to be projected onto her and being, and anxious about something happening to her. Really trying my best to really protect my space in my me time. That's something I really am working on as a mother. It has been a challenge. Therapy is helping me navigate. I tell people your therapist should have a therapist.
It's good practice.
Your therapist should have a therapist. I don't care if they go to them once a month, once a quarter. They should have that therapist
be seeing somebody
doing the work. Even if they have this, like right now I'm doing some coaching. Okay, but you need to be seeing somebody. But going through my own therapy, I think right now is really a boundary I'm setting to set time for me and say, okay, I need time to work on myself, this new space of motherhood. A lot of people here like, well, her baby's a year old. Yeah, and it's still taking a year for me to navigate what this space is and what it even means with these changes, and how to really take care of me in the midst of all of this.
Okay, so we got mom, we got career. What about as far as being a wife?
Yeah, getting back. I tell you, I'm getting my sexy back. I'm getting it back. He tell me I never lost it, and I love him for it.
Come on, brother.
It really helps to have someone that loves you the way you deserve to be loved.
It's possible. It's so possible.
It's possible. And I'm just, as a human, as a Black woman, oh, it just feels good. It feels good. And that helps. It helps to know that I don't have to be on, and I don't have to worry about, well, what are you gonna do? Because you know, but also being intentional with our time when we because our schedules are most times polar opposite. So the time that we do have, being intentional about it, safeguarding our space, which is something that I for sure have to work on, because I tell people I breastfed, still breastfeeding. So that definitely, you get touched out real quick. You don't want nobody messing with you in your space, right? But really, that comes back to the boundary of me taking care of me. So yeah, and him making sure that I have what I need, and him saying like, okay, you need some time for you, go take a break. And I tell people that makes it easy to be a kid. It makes it easy to be his wife when a person sees you. And not to say that I can say that I need a break, but for him to even notice, like, okay, it's a bit much, go take a break. That makes it easy to be a wife. It makes it easy for me to show up and be like, but what do you need to? After my break, of course, because I'm gonna take the break.
Burnout is real. Burnout is real.
It's real. But making sure he has what he needs spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, safeguarding our relationship, and most of all our friendship. People that know us, that was my best friend. I didn't even think we were supposed to be in this type of relationship. But safeguarding our friendship, making sure that we're still having fun, we're still enjoying each other. Yeah, that's how I do that.
Is there any other rant? You keep trying to pull me in. You keep trying to pull me in, girl.
I ain't doing it.
Pull me in. But let me tell you this before I go off on the dashboard. Let me tell you something. That feeling, and I think about this often. Not many people get there. Not many people know that they are worth that. That it's possible. That it can happen. But first, you gotta understand, what is it that I'm willing to deal with, and who am I willing to deal with?
Yeah. See, say it. Okay, we're not gonna see. Like
you said, the people you dated before never had a 2-parent household until you got with your husband. I think we gotta maneuver in a space that's meant for us, rather than outside of us.
Yeah.
Outside of ourselves, time and time again, we're gonna come up short. And you're full.
I am full
and filling up.
I'm not going there, but I'm not going there.
I'm just saying, because I was about to, but it got to be said, because so many people, and I want our Black people to understand, don't taint something you've never experienced just because you feel like you don't deserve it, because you do. Don't settle.
Oh yes, please don't. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. We can't. Even if you feel like you don't deserve it, try it, because I did. I didn't feel I deserved it, but I tried.
Yeah, I hear what she's saying. Listen.
Try it. Just try it.
Girl, look. Okay. We go, because I know it's gonna come back up. Okay. So are there any other areas of your life that you have to be intentional about setting boundaries?
Oh, family outside of
absolutely
my marriage. A lot of, especially after you have a baby.
Thinking about
if family members already feel entitled, but after you have a baby, it's like everybody feels like they're entitled to something. in setting the boundary, because a lot of the ways that I'm raising my child and rearing my child and teaching her is different from how I was raised. I don't know anyone in my family who has breastfed for, my baby's 10, almost 11 months, who has breastfed this long. And even at some people at the thought of hearing breastfeeding, I was like, oh, that's nasty. And I'm just like, no, it's actually nourishing. So yeah, even me being more conscious with my parenting, and taking different approaches than what is normal for our community. Definitely for my family, it was different. So having to even educate those who were going to be a part of the village, to be a part of my support system. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. And if you can't respect that, okay, baby girl gonna love you from a distance, and so will I. Having people respect my boundaries as a mother, and even boundaries creating when it comes to my husband, because some people feel entitled and think you can say things and do things then, and it's like, no, but you can't, because this is my family now. Love my family of origin, love my roots. But the tree has branched off to some other things, and I have to make sure that I'm nurturing that and growing that so we can keep the lineage going. But that's definitely another area that I feel like I have to create boundaries with friends and too. As a therapist, I said, no, I am a therapist. I'm not your therapist. I suggest you seek a therapist.
Please.
You need help. I can help you find a therapist, but I'm not your therapist. So making sure that there's a fine line between venting, getting friendly advice, and me really being your counselor.
Work.
Like, I'm not at work right now, please. So definitely have to set those boundaries.
I'm in awe of you. I really am. I really am. So we talked about it. You said because of your robust schedule, we had therapy going on. We got boundaries coming. You know what I'm saying? People are understanding our angles. Shout out to husband. Okay. So is there anything else that helps you with this type of schedule you have to kind of continue to maneuver?
Literally therapy, working out. I could do it a little bit more, but I do incorporate it. At night, like I said, my husband and my schedule are different. So when the baby go down, shout out to my friend Treasure. She was like, when the baby lay down, that's your time. And it is. I take the thought, that is my time. When she's down and she she wake up later on for her night feeding, but when she is down, that is my time for me, my glass of wine. That is my time. That's my time for my bubble bath and meditation. That's my time to watch an episode of TV. That's my time. So that is really a part of kind of like my little wellness system. Prayer. And when I need to be in the atmosphere, I'm stepping foot in the church.
Yep.
When I need to be in the atmosphere. I can create my own at home, but sometimes I gotta be in the.
You gotta be there.
Sometimes I just gotta be there. So yeah.
Check out Dr. Daniels, Pastor Daniels, PD, Change Church. Okay. Everybody check. That y'all, I be in here running from. You see where I'm at right now. I be here to the front door. From the front door, I step in the bathroom.
You gotta run, baby. I tell the people, I keep a run in my spirit.
A 2 to 2, 1 2. All right.
Oh, hey, I can hit the 1 2 2. You know, I try to come.
But now, honestly, it's necessary. So, did it? So it came with time, of course, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Getting those systems together for yourself after becoming a mom. Do you ever experience the guilt of taking that time for yourself?
In the beginning, it was hard. Oh my gosh, my husband would tell you, baby wanted to be attached to me. And I would just
What's it
be
called?
clicking.
Like you was a security cop, like top flight
I'm
security.
over here. What's she doing? Is okay? Okay, chest going up and down. Like he would be like, it's quiet. Why are you cutting that thing? Like, why are you checking? It was so hard in the beginning. And not so much now because I've had to work through that mom guilt, through taking time, through even on nights my husband is off, being like, oh, okay. He can sit and watch TV. He don't have to be in my space. I don't have to be in his space. Yeah, now it's like, okay, want to have my time. And I have my time. I feel renewed. I feel refreshed. And yeah.
You know the saying go, they don't make them like you no more, baby. We still making some more of them, baby.
We are making more. We're making not even just more, we're making them better too. Ooh. Huh?
Who sent you?
Huh? From above.
From above, Jesus. Girl. I know what I'm finna ask.
Well,
I just need a minute.
it's okay. Take your time. What does it take your time?
Shit. You know, because it's tough. It's tough seeing us diminish our worth and our character and our substance.
Yeah.
For instant gratification.
Mm.
To rush ahead.
Yeah.
It's something that's already there waiting for us.
Mm.
To compare ourselves and thinking because for them that way, it got to happen for me that way too. So I ain't waiting no more because they ain't happened yet. Are you worth it?
I'm gonna take
I ain't got no more wine, so I'm gonna go ahead and are you worth it? Before you move forward with anything, any decision that you know is not gonna truly fill your cup and really hug your spirit, are you worth it?
It's a spiritual hug for me. Now that right there. Now when I say that in a session, I'm gonna have to put a foot in that concrete.
It's all yours. We don't gatekeep around here, baby. That's been happening too long. We don't gatekeep. You look. When I see me, I see you. When you see me, you see you. Say right, something. Yeah.
Right there. And that's it. Okay.
Okay, so what girl? I done got this. What we okay.
Here.
Okay, I had it. Then we
had it. It's okay.
Give what do you have to say to our community, our Black women? Even then, like how would you encourage them to stay afloat? What would you tell them to do in order to stay afloat? Because you're doing many things. So you already said it's not easy.
It's so much I can say, but it really starts with self-awareness and honesty.
That's it? That's all you got?
I'm saying, I mean, this is where it starts. With being
you started right there though.
Because that's where it starts. We have to be self-aware and honest enough with ourselves that we don't have to carry everything. You know, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to
you deserve.
We deserve all of these things, and that does not make us less than as a people, as a person in general. It does not. It starts with that understanding self-awareness to know, like, okay, am I doing too much? You know? And if I am doing too much, how can I take a step back? And when you take a step back, okay, how do I deal with the feelings of guilt that I may be having? Because I battle with that. Sometimes feeling like, oh, I'm lazy because I'm not doing that. But no, like I am doing something. You know what I'm doing? I'm taking care of my body. I'm listening to my body. I'm listening to my emotions to know that right now I can't go in certain spaces. I can't have certain conversations. I'm guarding my gates, my eyes, my ears, all of that from things that I should not be seeing right now, from things that I should not be hearing right now. That's how we stay afloat.
Girl, I ain't even crying throwing tissue with girl.
Yeah.
If you a therapist, just say that. If you a therapist, just say that.
No, but I am. But I am though.
You are one.
Shout out if you in Tennessee. Come see you, girl.
You already know her. Look, how the rich gonna be in the description. Please believe it.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
And I love the way in which you unpacked it, right? You started with the preface because so many times we try to gather everything. It's important to do like one thing at a time. Then the next, then the next, then the next. Pace and grace. Pace and grace.
That's it. That's it. Because I was like, I gotta gather all my things. I gotta gather myself. I gotta child, I'll still be in the pits gathering. Had I not just walked across the street with what I had and was like, okay, well, we'll get the rest along the way. I just had to walk across the street with what I had. And I tell people, what I had may not be much, but I had it. And I built on it. Right? That's what it was about. That's how I elevated, because I built on it. I didn't feel like I had to build in that space, because that it wasn't gonna grow. It wasn't gonna grow. So yeah, you just gotta move.
You have to move. It's a commitment and consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that discipline is gonna take you far. Look at me saying it real. But girl, what was I about to say? Because I said something else before I said that. Oh, Survivor. You know, just a survival mechanism that we watched our grandparents, our parents, ourselves, as we had to teach ourselves how to go to college. So now I am in college. I'm in a fog already because I mean we having fun.
Having fun.
I'm finna graduate.
We're having fun.
God, through. You remember that night, girl? I said, "Not true. You got your phone." But listen, God,
they don't, baby, they don't know.
Cause you said I go with you.
I was my sister's keeper, regardless.
Roommate, don't put my glass on. You ain't finna keep getting me. You ain't finna get me on here. You know we Black Panthers. We what they call the baby Panthers.
Baby.
Look. And always. I think the beauty, I know the beauty of our relationship, our friendship, our sisterhood, our prayer warrior. Is the fact that our spirit stepped in, even when we don't understand what is truly happening.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna go regardless, and that's the problem. Y'all, college. Go at your own time. What a time. After I just got done flipping and dipping them drinks, because you know I love put me on them.
Let me tell you, Miss Slay had a pour.
Y'all ain't trying to see me. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't even doing nothing. They said, hey, can you work this up? What you got? I ain't even tell them what I had going on. I said, I got something for y'all. I had something different each episode. We're gonna call them episodes.
Baby, because wasn't it honey, it was almost a mini movie. Should have been a mini series.
Yeah. Would have got put out.
Ooh.
But yeah. Because let me tell you some, oh Jesus. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even in those moments that we couldn't see our own selves, we were able to see each other. And I'm gonna say this too. I didn't realize. I had a friend tell me this. I didn't realize. I went blank. Oh, what is it? Influence. I didn't realize the strength behind my influence. So I'm just out here living, not understanding what I got attached to me for real. I know it's something, right? But I want to answer that. We talked about that. We talked about that when your mom was getting ready to birth you.
Yes.
Even for myself, because the umbilical cord was all around my neck.
Tell them about it. Tell them how we weren't supposed to be here, even from inception, birth, and all these challenges.
Oh, you can't come to this. You can't come to what I'm ruling. You can't. Oh, this can y'all. Can't do nothing. God got us covered.
Baby, through some things. If people knew even half, through some things, we've been covered. We have.
Absolutely. I remember. Go ahead. What you say?
I said, still are covered. We still are covered. But yeah.
Will always be. Mm-hmm. We call us home. Look, let me see. Girl, I'm finna get around. I'm finna, let me. I'm finna run it. No, I ain't cuss. I'm trying to cuss. Like, I'm stopping. Trying is not doing. But
I'm with you. I've done well so far.
We doing good right now.
We're doing so good.
We sound real good right now. I remember our car talks, and
yeah.
Like I said before, that was before we was gonna go grocery shop. And even girl, we thought we wasn't doing nothing, but we was doing something.
Yeah.
How did we even end up in the same house? We finna get back to it. But how did that even happen? It all started with Liz.
Happened freaking staying. Liz, shout out to Liz.
Where you at, Liz?
No, it happened stance. I was living with some of my best friends and I got into some trouble. Got into some and they just had to move on without me. Shout out to my best friends for sticking beside me through all of my stuff. Again, we know pain and trauma, make you do some things when it's unresolved.
Absolutely.
But they stuck beside me. They still with me. Shout out Emery and Dale. Anyway,
yes, sis.
Shout out. But no, because of that situation, I will never forget. I was sleeping on our other friend's couch. At the time, they took me in. I see everyone here for taking me in because I didn't have nowhere to go. And so Trace was like, we're supposed to have another roommate, but no. And I called Liz. Me and Liz. She was like, I don't know. She kind of playing. So if you want the room, you can have the room. For real, girl. I'm not couch surfing homeless no more.
I've been doing it too, honey. That we talk about.
That was it. That's how it happened. It was like,
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I remember because I was homeless.
What you weren't though.
I was like, I don't know where I mistake. My mom was up there, you acting crazy, figure it out. I'm like, I don't get no choice. Um, in my defense, though, it was not as bad as what people were trying to make it. But anyway, but no, that's how we did it, and we was in that yellow house
in the hood.
In the hood.
Carl White Place.
Carl White Place.
But we did. Yeah. It was a beautiful home too, though. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Let me tell you, the room so spacious, affordable. My goodness. Oh, yes. It was a beautiful home. You wouldn't have expected it when you walked. You wouldn't have expected. Looking on the outside, you be like, Lord.
Girl, I had a whole balcony and I had a couch. Then you had, what did you have in your room?
Child, I don't know, furniture. I had a whole queen bed set, a dresser, a chest, it was spacious. It was so much stuff. I feel like I needed more stuff because the room still felt like it was.
And then when I moved in, though, I was sleeping in Liz's room because the room I was about to occupy, the person was still in there. And then I got the bed, and we know how my bed was. I really wanted me that bed, and everybody was like, "You should lift the bed."
Y'all do not understand all that Chantrice made us go through with that bed. She might well sleep on the floor. Why did you spend money on that bed? Had us,
girl. Ooh, I should. And you know what's so crazy? I had a whole couch in there, and I did not want to sleep on that couch. I did, but I did. I was like, my bed. I want this platform bed. I want to be aesthetically pleasing. This is mine, girl. Why?
Aesthetically on the floor.
And it was, honey. It was supposed to be on the floor, but not on the floor like that.
Right, not on the floor like that.
Woo. All right. Ooh, good times. Good times. Once again, really. Go to college at your own risk. What you say?
At your own risk. But really and truly, I tell people that it wasn't some dark moments, but it was good times. What a time.
We had each other.
What a time. We did. What a time. I mean, it's so many that had great influence, so many great relationships and friendships and connections. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
And you know, we all came in with trauma.
Oh, didn't we? Unresolved. Unresolved. Trying to navigate what the purpose and attachment was, and it was wild because like we kind of all gravitated towards each other like naturally. It was like, oh, but you know them. Oh, okay, and this person attitude. Child, didn't even know you was there. You know. She's
happened over time too, and that's crazy.
It did happen over time.
It happened because the freshman year.
No, it was not there.
Sophomore.
It was. I think it was sophomore year for me and you. I think it was, and I don't even think it was in the sophomore. Towards the end. Because my friends were joining the org that you were a part of, and I was like, I know their name.
And I think we had to remember where we knew each other from.
Yeah, I was like, that name thing. It ain't that. She from Memphis. It ain't too many.
You know, Memphis big, but it's small because we all be knowing everybody.
Don't we?
Girl.
Exactly. It was really organic how we even reconnected like that.
It was meant to be. It was supposed to happen the way it happened.
Supposed to.
Okay, so at this moment in your life, what is your biggest joy, and what is something that you're working on or working towards?
My biggest joy is that I'm really becoming more comfortable with me. In all of the spaces that I occupy. especially looking back and find the joy in people telling me that I was supposed to be here and that I was supposed to have babies when I was in high school. And I was like, damn, I ain't even having sex, so how am I be pregnant? But anyway, just because I got this body, y'all just really feel like I'm out here, whatever.
The trauma.
But really finding joy in the spaces that I am currently occupying, the roles that I'm occupying, and just me in general. I'm just proud of me. I find joy in me and my growth, because it is growth. I tell people all the time, baby, if you talk about, you know me from elementary, middle school, high school, you really don't know me. You just don't. You just know my name. But I have evolved so much from me in those time periods. Even college, I tell people, probably don't.
You knew me in college though,
but yeah, you knew me in college, but you don't know me. You don't know who is she? Yeah, I find joy in that. I'm intentionally working on, again, boundaries when it comes to motherhood, navigating that, incorporating that, being okay and secure in being a mother. Sometimes I tell people, you can work through trauma, but sometimes life events bring up things that you be like, I thought I was okay.
I got through that.
Right, but trusting in my ability to even be a mother, and knowing that she's my gift. I was chosen to be her mother for a reason and a purpose. And I deserve her just as much as she deserves me, because what I'm gonna give her, no one else can. That's why she's my gift. Because no one else can nurture her. No one else can teach her the lessons and give her the experiences and share with her in the way that I can. So I'm intentionally working on continuing to show up and know that that I'm deserving of all of my roles. Because a lot of times we feel like, well, I'm just supposed to be this. I never would have expected. Everybody knows I never expected to be married, and to be somebody's mother, let alone a mother to a daughter. But yeah, I'm navigating. I'm working all of these areas, so really improving and knowing that I'm deserving to be in these spaces. Truly.
And you working well too, baby. Let me tell you something.
Doing the best I can.
Y'all hear it? Don't look. And when I came up with that title, and I'm saying this because of the alignment. Mm-hmm. The alignment. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The alignment of just your joy.
Yeah, I have it. And I remember nights of praying for joy. Everybody be like, I want to be happy. I want joy. Like I want sometimes happiness is dependent on something. I just want joy. And I can say that I feel like I have it. I feel like I have joy. I'm getting to a space where I just really wake up and be like, yes. It wasn't always like that. Probably 2 months ago it wasn't even like that. But it's just like continuing to work and progress and move through things. Again, self-awareness and honesty. Yeah.
I so honored. Everyone has a story, but very thankful and grateful to God because I get to sit in this seat that He's given me to be appointed in and listen to you all. Not only listen to my friends, but truly know y'all beyond this, right? Grew up beyond this, and this is all I ever wanted to do was to work with y'all, and I had to bring honor to that because roommate. We done seen some lows.
My God, have we?
Some lows, lower than low.
Mm-hmm.
We done seen some highs, you know.
Yeah.
We've been stagnant.
Oof. Yeah.
But when our spirit said go, we said okay. Even when we was like, right now though.
Right now, sometimes I still say right now. When you ask me,
yeah.
ask me to do this podcast, I said right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was over here like, what's she gonna say to me?
What's she gonna say?
When you said, I said, because it goes back to us deserving it, right?
Yes, it does.
Our friends are phenomenal. And when Quay brought your name up, because I was still kind of running from everything that was for me to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it's that simple. I could use what I already got.
Okay.
I said, absolutely. Absolutely. You're absolutely. And I was like, we don't have to complicate things.
We don't. Because I was complicated. I looked at that message with my mouth dropped open. Like, what?
Why did you drop open?
Me? What do you mean? But then going back to be like, why not me?
And and then when I was telling them, when I was telling, some friends who I chose, she asked me, why her? And my spirit knew why, right? Mm-hmm. Because I ain't just asking just anybody.
Right.
She explained it, I said, and she wasn't saying it to be ill. She was just saying to make sure I understood, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, because each time I talk to her, she amazing. She said that to me. And that says a lot. Because I'm working on being like, because I'm quick to be like, no, I'm okay. So I had to, rewire my mind. I'm good. I'm good. Quite be like, you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. But I think once again going to this survivor mode, right? Mm-hmm. It's easy to be a victim.
Yes.
But it takes work to be victorious.
What a word. What a word.
Amen, somebody. So I'm victorious in 2023, baby. What the past or whatever it was, I'm not gonna be Lot's wife, turned into no salt.
Okay.
What she do?
Baby, didn't she look bad? She looked bad.
Girl, why she?
And we not talking about Trina, but she looked bad.
Girl, we got one more time. Look. And another reason is because of just the essence of you, your heart, your joy. Will may not finna do nothing that she hasn't been called to, and if she is to step outside of what she's been called to, she gonna gather real fast.
Real fast, because I'm out of alignment. I feel it. Did I need? So sorry.
My testimony.
Oh, sorry.
It's not my testimony, okay?
It's not it.
And I asked you, because it's so easy for people to say, "What's your joy?" And also, "What's your struggle?" It's not necessarily a struggle. It's more so, what am I working towards, right?
Yes.
The words matter, because I can say, "Yeah, what are you struggling?" Who said I'm struggling? I'm maneuvering. I'm working through.
Yes, it may be a little challenging, but I'm not sure.
Can I have a high five? I'm such a teacher. I'm such an educator.
I don't ask my clients about I ask them about challenges. What's challenging right now? Where do you have to do the hard work? And sometimes we got to really sit in that.
You said off rip. You said self-awareness and honesty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the challenge is honest. I don't even know how to be honest with what's being a challenge. I don't even know how to do that. And that's okay. Let's unpack it. Let's unpack it. I'll be ready.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. We had our last one before we lead out with some quotes.
Okay.
And we're gonna tell them about the quotes in a minute, but I got one more. So, as a therapist, What are 3 key tools to give to your clients in their healing process? Do you use the same keys in your own journey of healing? But we touched on it, right?
Oh yeah.
So we talked about it previously. Is there anything that you have yet to mention?
And I everything I say I have to do. I have to apply. I can't be. I don't feel authentic when I'm just telling you stuff I don't even do. But anyway, healing here. Healing is not linear. There is no just like up that it's levels to it. Some days are better than others. Don't think it's like, oh, okay, start here, then we got the finish line here. All right, healed. No, it is some highs, some lows. It's not a straight line. Do not think that it's a straight line. Because that's the misconception. It is, and it's continuous. It does not stop. I saw a quote the other day that said that healing is like a heart monitor. When it's a flat line, that means you're no longer living. Our heart beats, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and continues. And I feel like healing is like that. It's a continuous journey with highs and lows. Some things I'm good with. I'm here. I'm steady. And other things, all right, we at a peak. We at a peak. We are at a peak, and that's okay. That's okay. Giving yourself grace, daily, hourly. Yeah. Those are some keys that I have. On top of everything else that I said.
And it goes right back to the grace and the pace. Grace and the pace. Okay. Bonus question. To our Black and brown kids.
Ooh, yes, love them.
Anything you want them to understand from a Black therapist? A woman.
I want them to know that no matter the age, your voice matters. Your voice matters. Your presence matters. Your existence is purposeful. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to take up space and be seen. I know a lot of time in these communities, it's like children are better seen and not heard, but your voice, use your voice. The young people, they see things. They see it from a different perspective, different angle, and it's okay to have different perspectives and different angles and different approaches to things. We need that. We need new, innovative ways of thinking and ways of doing. So if you have those ideas, you have those, write them out, see what you need to do, execute, advocate for yourself and your needs, regardless of who it is, but advocate for yourself and your needs. That's what I have to say.
My inner child is just like, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And that was special. Because like you said, in our community, you need to be seen and not, no. Yeah, seen and not heard, right? So so basically saying, well, how you feel, your feelings are not valid, nor is your voice.
Right.
And this is the thing I learned when I was working in youth villages. You remember those times in our lives, don't you? You worked there. Oh, girl center. I was at the boys. Auntie was at the girl. Okay.
Woo!
But what I learned though from there is collaborative problem solving. We have plan A, B, and C. Plan A is how we were brought up. As an adult, I need my needs met now. Plan B, okay, let me tell you my concerns. I want to hear your concerns. So how can we go through this together?
Yes.
How can we survive this together?
Yes.
We got plan C. Let's table it. We'll get back to it, but let's take our moment first. That's powerful. But you got to make sure you go back to it now, just like with boundaries. You can't instill a boundary and then get lax, because then it's not going to be taken serious.
Exactly. You took me back with that one, but no.
Girl, because it can't, and I was like, we was all in that thing. We was all there, straight out of college.
It's collaborative, and I grew up where we were allowed certain spaces and times to be heard, which was a privilege because my friends didn't have.
It's a step up, right? Yeah.
Right, it's a step up. They didn't have that. But I want my daughter to be heard. I may not agree with her. It's okay. I'm not always right. Times are changing. Things are different. Okay, what fits in the most realistic, safe, respectable for both of us? What fits? What is that? So yeah, come on here. Yeah, that was a gem from them. That was a gem.
You know, because I think I know. Yeah, I keep saying I know because now I know. Where we're rooted, we have to take it for what it is, not overlook what we can hold, right? Because we all day we're gonna do it. Yeah, and it is like most parts of life, right? Everything in cookie cutter and everything is gonna be straight out the box, straight cake for you. All right. Sometimes you can add some ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes and it fail, so you got to try again. I can honor the fact that that changed the game because collaborative problem solving changed the game.
Problem solving. Yes, is
changed the game.
It did.
All right, so Mrs. Jackson.
Yeah.
Friendship has lasted years on end. She said yes, she said yes to the dress, but she said also yes to this, honey, to the podcast feed. Me and the homies been talking. Anything else you would like to share before we share your given quotes from Miss Angela?
I just want everybody out there to know that Miss Slay is great. I love this platform. I love what you're doing. So proud of you. That you are just as proud of yourself, if not more. But really, everyone, seek the help you deserve. No matter the form. If you need help financially, seek the help that you deserve. If you need help spiritually, seek the help that you deserve. Emotionally, mentally, seek the help that you deserve. There are spaces, there are resources, there are people that are making things accessible for Black and brown people. Seek them out. Get what you need. And because you deserve it. You deserve it most of all. You deserve it. That's just all I got to say. And leave people.
You deserve it. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying they need to understand it don't need to be nothing more than that, but you deserve it.
You deserve it.
Keep going, Queen, if it's anything else that's coming
up. No, that's it. That's really it. I just hope everybody really take advantage of seeking out resources. You know, education and educating ourselves is really big. A lot of things we weren't taught that we really need to know in life. Emotional intelligence is something that a lot of us were not taught in the home, and we for sure weren't taught it at school. So making sure that you have that knowledge. Same with financial literacy and all of those things. So if in an area that you are feeling challenged, seek out the help that you deserve. Work on it. Continue to be honest. Self-aware of when you need help and where you are having challenges.
I just talked to my financial advisor the other day because baby, that trauma is deep.
Baby, I'm through my financial trauma is real. I know we talk a lot about a lot of things, but that's real too. Shoot.
Especially when we grow up seeing things that we're taught we're supposed to be striving for. And it's unrealistic. That doesn't bring joy. It brings a void, if anything.
Oh yes, and brings on a lot of other things, anxiety, depression. But we don't, Anyway, yes.
Absolutely. So thank you.
Thank you for allowing me this space to share and talk. Yes,
Girl.
I did it for you. I did it for you.
And I would do it for you. Look, I said, I was like, okay, my sister gonna say. I said, and we bring it in the new year with something for the soul.
Here,
We gather each part of ourselves. We don't do it singular, right? We pace it out, of course, but everything works together.
it does. Mind, body, heart, spirit. Oof, we work together.
Your hand can't work without your fingers. Your arm, it has to have something to maneuver. It's everything has to be.
It does. It does. Mind, body, spirit, all of that.
So, okay, so you introduced me to Angela Davis. I remember when we were staying on Carl White's place, and you were in your bed studying the GRE book, and I don't know what the conversation was. And I asked, I'm always asking questions.
Yes.
And you answered quick, Angela Davis, and I was like, Girl, you went in. I was,
Love her.
Yes, and then, girl, you have to come out to Oakland. She's always at the museum. She's and so if I get a signed copy, you know where it's coming from.
Girl, I would be.
Okay, let me tell you something. But why did you choose these quotes? Okay, fam, usually we do poetry, but I knew my good sis loved her some Angela Davis, and I think this is the prime time to utilize that for our ending. Why these?
Oh. Miss Angela Davis is just timeless. Anyway, but those are the two that resonate the most with me, no matter the season that I'm in. And really one right now in particular that we're gonna get into. Is really in the space that I'm in that helped me really to push more towards that growth, more towards that self-awareness and honesty, and changing my perspective on things and setting boundaries, and being comfortable with setting boundaries, especially when it comes to family. That's sometimes the hardest boundary to set. But even where we are as a people,
pray for our city. Pray for our city.
Pray for our city. Just where we, that alone, like, I mean, it's what, but they just fit the times. They fit where I am personally, in life. I encourage anybody who does not know the work of Angela Davis and all that she has done for our community, for our people, dating back to the 60s. Well, you can go even before that, but for real, just please go.
Get herself out the system.
I mean, I just encourage anybody to really go and look at her works, her videos. There's a lot out about her. And she's speaking frequently. I mean, come on now. Go look up, because she is it. Like, she is really a part of why I'm so serious about advocating for us and helping us change the way we think about ourselves, about our freedom, about our liberties, about what we deserve, and what we're capable of too. because we are capable of so much, and especially seeing her as a Black woman do some very phenomenal things. Happy that sis took up space.
She ain't done. So okay, how were you introduced to her, girl? Look at this. Look, I didn't even look at my flower. Anyway, everybody, just yeah, I got it. It's a fit. It's a fit. It's a fit.
Okay. Huh? It is good because I need one. I should have brought one. How did I get introduced? To Angela Davis. I want to say I was a freshman in high school. I think it was my freshman year or maybe my sophomore year. So 14, 15 years old, I had a teacher, Miss Curry, who taught us world history and U.S. history, and she kind of challenged us to, Black History Month. You're supposed to find some people talk about. And I was always in love with Malcolm X. And normally that's who I would talk about doing Black History Month. I mean, like from early age. But I was always drawn to more militant people. So I started.
Of course you were. Quit playing.
So I started looking up the Black Panther Party. And went and did like a deep delve. Like I was like engulfed in it. Like it consumed me well beyond Black history and the assignment. And I really wanted to look at it. Was like, okay, well, we know the Black male leaders, but really looking at the women of the movement.
Come on. Because
it's more than Angela Davis. But it was something about Angela Davis' story that I really gravitated towards. And it just stuck with me. And I tell people, I tell anybody about about I would have been a Panther. You don't know, I would have been a part of the Black Panther Party. I would have been there. And because I also want to change the narrative of what our people really thought about them, because we were miseducated. We were miseducated on even what the Black Panther Party stood for, what they really were doing. And so even then at that young age, I was really into history and our story and making sure that it was told in the right way. So I took that project so serious. I started with talking about the Panther Party, but from there, a lot of my work went to looking at Angela Davis and her works with Africana womanism and like all of these different things. And she done had me ever since hooked.
You a therapist.
I'm a therapist.
And you did the work. Beyond what they said to do in the books, you were already doing the work before you even started knowing you were gonna do the work.
I was.
So you said you don't do therapy for friends. I mean, I love the root. It's your screen, but not go black on me. You see that? But no, like if it wouldn't taint the friendship, absolutely, because lines get blurred, right?
It does. It does.
I'm having a roommate. No, man, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying?
Because the phone now you forever on do not disturb. And I don't want to do that.
I want my friend. And I remember I had someone who told me, she said, I want you to be my friend, not necessarily my consultant. I said, okay. At the time, I was like, because I need to, and I was like, that's right. So I want us to still be friends. But anywho, that's powerful. So you gonna fight for sure. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so we know the backstory how she was introduced to Angela Davis. I just needed to know, honey, because I just needed to know. You told me that, but I want to know again. Anywho, so the first quote we have is, I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one.
I'm gonna say it one more time because I feel that I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. Boundary, please, in all shapes and forms. Our next one, we have to talk about liberating minds as well as liberating society. One more time. We have to talk about liberating minds as well as liberating society. Pray for our city. Pray for our city because
shout out the M's.
Women from Memphis different, y'all.
We just really are. I'm so sorry. Like that's not even an opinion. It's not an opinion. It really is.
It's always a big M, not the little. You can look be from the suburbs and still be from the what? Okay.
Baby, because I tell people, baby, I don't. At this point, it's all cool.
We from all over. Girl, look.
In all honesty,
from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart. And you gonna be back.
I would love to. I'm gonna accept. I'm gonna accept.
All right, y'all. Her info will be in the description box, okay? So check it out. Is there any one resource that you would tell the people of Memphis to check out before I let you go?
Oh,
I have a plethora of them.
It's so many.
Yeah. And that's beautiful in the simple fact that you said that.
It really is. I think the city has done a great job of trying to make things accessible. Really in a lot, and I will say Choose 901 probably is sometimes a one-stop shop for career opportunities, workshops, classes, events that's happening in the city, places to go to get services for things. Yeah, depending on what you need, I would start there. it work your way. I
agree.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Well, y'all heard it here first, y'all.